A single Tiger tank holds a crossroads for 3 hours, alone. Soviet infantry, anti-tank guns, repeated assaults. Nothing penetrates. When reinforcements finally arrive, the Tiger is still there, still fighting. The crew, unharmed. The Tiger tank was the most feared ground weapon of World War II. Allied soldiers were trained to retreat on sight. A single Tiger could stop an entire column. But here is the contradiction. Germany built only 1,347 of them. The Soviet Union built over 57,000 T-34s. America produced more than 49,000 Shermans. A machine this dominant. Why was it never built in large enough numbers to matter? The answer is engineering. Brilliant, obsessive, deeply flawed engineering. German engineering in World War II followed one principle: Qualität über Quantität, quality over quantity. While American factories optimized for speed, stamping out Shermans like automobiles on an assembly line, German engineers asked a different question. What is the most powerful tank we can possibly build? The Tiger was the answer, but power has a price. The Tiger weighed 57 tons, a Sherman weighed 30, a T-34 weighed 26. To move 57 tons of steel, you need an enormous engine, enormous fuel consumption, enormous logistical support. Every Tiger that rolled off the production line needed a small army behind it just to keep moving. German engineers knew this. They built it anyway, because on paper, the Tiger was perfect. The Tiger's armor was unlike anything the Allies had fielded. Front hull, 100 millimeters of rolled steel. Turret front, 100 millimeters. Side armor, 80 millimeters. For comparison, the Sherman's front armor was 50 millimeters. The T-34's, 45. But thickness alone doesn't tell the full story. The Tiger's armor was vertical, flat panels straight up and down. Later, Soviet and American designs would angle their armor. Sloped surfaces deflect shells more effectively than flat ones. The Tiger's designers chose thickness over angle, brute force over geometry. It worked. At combat ranges, almost no Allied weapon could penetrate the Tiger's front armor in 1942 and 1943. But that armor came at a cost measured in tons, and tons meant complexity, and complexity meant one thing above all else: breakdowns. If the armor made the Tiger invulnerable, the gun made it lethal. The 8.8 centimeter KWK-36, originally designed as an anti-aircraft weapon. German engineers adapted it for tank warfare and created something extraordinary. At 1,000 meters, it penetrated 120 millimeters of armor. The Sherman's maximum armor was 50. At 2,000 meters, it could still destroy any Allied tank in service. Tiger crews were trained to engage at long range. Stay back, use the gun's reach, let the enemy come to you. It was a fundamentally different philosophy of tank combat. Not a brawler, a sniper. One Tiger commander, Michael Wittmann, destroyed 14 tanks and 15 personnel carriers in a single engagement at Villers-Bocage. In minutes, the gun made that possible. Here is where the Tiger's story turns. The Maybach, HL-230 engine, 700 horsepower, pushing 57 tons of steel. On paper, sufficient. In reality, a maintenance nightmare. The engine overheated in North African desert conditions. It struggled in Russian winter mud. The transmission, a complex pre-selector gearbox, required skilled drivers. Inexperienced operators destroyed transmissions within hours. Changing a Tiger's engine required removing the turret completely, a process that took an entire maintenance crew most of a day. The tracks were another problem. Wide enough to distribute the Tiger's weight on soft ground, but so wide they exceeded standard European railway gauge. Tigers had to be fitted with narrower transport tracks for rail movement, then refitted with combat tracks before battle. Every deployment was a logistical operation before a single shot was fired. In Normandy in 1944, more Tigers were lost to mechanical failure and fuel shortages than to enemy fire. Brilliant engineering, catastrophic practicality. Despite everything, on the battlefield, the Tiger performed exactly as designed. Kill ratios were extraordinary. Studies of Eastern Front engagements show Tiger units consistently destroying 5 to 10 enemy tanks for every Tiger lost. The psychological impact was equally powerful. Allied commanders developed Tiger phobia, reporting Tiger sightings for tanks that were often Panzer IVs or even self-propelled guns. SHEF, Supreme Headquarters, Allied Expeditionary Force, issued specific tactical guidelines. Never engage a Tiger frontally. Flank if possible. Overwhelm with numbers. Numbers. That was always the answer to the Tiger. Because for every Tiger Germany produced, the Soviets built 40 T-34s. The Americans built 35 Shermans, a weapon that requires perfect conditions, expert crews, and constant maintenance. Cannot win a war of attrition. The Tiger won battles. Germany lost the war. The Tiger tank was retired from frontline service by 1944, replaced by the Tiger II, heavier, more powerful, even more mechanically unreliable. But its legacy didn't end there. Every modern main battle tank carries the Tiger's influence. The Leopard 2, the M1 Abrams, the Challenger 2. All of them balance the same equation the Tiger got wrong: firepower, protection, and mobility. Miss anyone, and you have a museum piece, not a weapon. The Tiger chose firepower and protection, and left mobility behind. 57 tons of engineering perfection. That couldn't be everywhere it was needed. That broke down when it mattered most. That required more to maintain than to operate. The most feared tank of World War II. Defeated not by a better weapon, by a better system.